Have you ever loved something so much that you refuse to let it go? Not a person, not a memory, an object, a possession, something you believed was yours alone, even after death. Tonight's story is a tale whispered for generations. A story where greed, loneliness, and love become impossible to separate. Some say ghosts haunt old houses. Others believe it is our desires that refuse to die. You're listening to Kahani Bar. I'm Malika, and tonight's story is an adaptation of Monihara by Rabindranath Tagore. By the riverside, once stood a lonely mansion. Time had not been kind to it. The walls had cracked. The courtyard lay deserted. The garden had surrendered to weeds and wild ground covers. And every evening, as the sun disappeared behind the river, the mansion seemed less like a home and more like a memory refusing to fade. Many years after its owners had vanished, a school teacher arrived in the village. He was new, curious, and like every newcomer, he soon heard stories about the abandoned mansion. The villagers avoided it after sunset. Some claimed lights flickered in empty rooms. Some swore they heard the delicate sound of anklets and the soft clinking of ornaments. Jewellery. Always jewellery. One evening, an elderly man, who seemed to know far too much about the old house, agreed to tell the school teacher its story. Whether it was truth or merely another village legend, he left for the listener to decide. And so the tale began. Many seasons back, the mansion belonged to a wealthy merchant named Funny Bhushan. Unlike the merchants of old stories, he was neither cruel nor miserly. He was educated, soft-spoken, and gentle. Perhaps too gentle. He adored his wife, Malika. She was extraordinarily beautiful, graceful, and reserved. The kind of woman whose silence made people wonder what she was thinking. Yet there was one thing everyone knew about her. She loved jewellery. Not merely as ornaments, but as companions. Every necklace, every bracelet, every pair of earrings. She remembered exactly when each had been gifted, where it had been kept, which festival she had worn it for. Others treasured family, friends, and children. Malika treasured jewels. She would spend hours opening lacquered boxes, lifting each ornament carefully into the light, watching diamonds sparkle, gold shimmer, pearls glow softly in the afternoon sun. To anyone else, they were precious stones. To her, they were alive. Funny Bhushan noticed this fascination early in their marriage. And because he loved her deeply, he never denied her anything. A new necklace? He bought it. A heavier gold bangle? He ordered too. An emerald pendant from Calcutta? It arrived before she had time to ask again. Every successful business deal seemed to end in another velvet jewellery box. People whispered, "How fortunate Malika is." But fortunes can be deceptive. There was something missing inside that grand mansion. Laughter. The couple had no children. The nursery remained empty. Festivals came and went. The rooms echoed only with servants' footsteps. And slowly, almost without noticing, Malika withdrew further into herself. The jewels became her comfort, her certainty, perhaps even her family. Then one year, fortune changed. Business, once prosperous, suddenly faltered. Ships were delayed. Payments failed to arrive. Creditors began asking uncomfortable questions. For the first time in years, Funny Bhushan found himself desperately needing money. It was only a tight spot in the flow of funds. If he could arrange the money, only for a short while, his business would recover. But respectable merchants guard one thing above all else: their reputation. Borrow openly, and rumors spread. Rumors ruin trust. Trust ruins trade. There was, however, one obvious solution: Moni Malika's jewellery. If he pledged it temporarily, he could save everything. Once business recovered, he would redeem every ornament. Not a single gem would be lost. Simple. At least, it seemed simple. That evening, he entered his wife's room. She sat beside an oil lamp, arranging necklaces on a silk cloth. The jewels glowed like captured stars. Funny Bhushan hesitated. He hated asking, but he had no choice. Moni, there is a small difficulty in business. I may need your ornaments, only for a little while. Silence. She didn't answer. Didn't look at him. Her hands froze over the jewellery. He explained everything: the loans, the temporary crisis, the certainty that every ornament would return safely. Still, silence. No argument, no refusal. Just silence. Some silences speak louder than words. Funny Bhushan understood. He could have insisted. Legally, the jewellery belonged to the household. Morally, he believed it belonged to her. And he loved her too much to force her. Without another word, he quietly left the room. That night, Moni Malika did not sleep. Again and again she opened the jewel boxes, touched every ornament, counted them, held them close. It wasn't greed alone. Something darker had entered her heart. Fear. What if they never returned? What if her husband had hidden the truth? The next morning, she secretly sent for her cousin, Madhusudan. He was clever, smooth-talking, the sort of relative who always appeared when family fortunes were uncertain. She told him everything. He listened carefully, then shook his head gravely. My dear sister, if your husband takes those jewels once, you'll never see them again. Moni Malika stared at him in horror. You should leave immediately, he whispered. Take every ornament with you. Go to your father's house. Keep them safe. She believed him. And with that single decision, the fate of everyone in the mansion changed forever. But what happened next? Did Moni Malika trust her cousin's advice and leave the mansion with all her precious jewels? Or did she set aside her fears and stand by her husband when he needed her the most? The answers await you in the concluding part of this timeless tale. Join us next Saturday as we bring you the final chapter of Rabindranath Tagore's Monihara. This story was adapted for you by Neerja and brought to you by Pixel to Pixel. Join us next Saturday for the concluding part of Monihara. And until then, keep listening. And to help keep these stories alive, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. This is Malika, signing off.